Before we start the show, I wanted to remind you guys that if you were interested in launching your podcast or rebranding your current podcast, this is your chance. Idea to Launch Academy is still active as a self-paced course, but guess what? It is back as an intensive course. That's right. You get to work with my coach who helped me get here with Idea to Launch Academy, Carla Ramirez. So go to my show description and click on my affiliate code and get started. This is your chance. This is the moment to do it. Within 30 days, you can have your podcast launched, ready, and going, and everybody could be tuning in to listen to you just like you are listening to me. So go ahead, affiliate code in my show description, Idea to Launch Academy. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Double Dose of Raw Talk Podcast. I am your host, Miss D, and as you know, here on the show, we get pretty comfortable being uncomfortable. We talk about all the rawness and all the raw mess. Joined every week with some pretty dope friends and guests, we unleash all there is to know on surviving adulthood, and we discuss different topics related to cultures, controversies, sometimes a little bit about love, sometimes even sex, and we definitely oftentimes discuss relationships and relationships. Join me. We have juicy conversations, friendly debates, and sometimes intriguing discussions. So thank you for joining us on another episode, and I hope you enjoy the show. 1, 2, 3. Welcome back, everyone, to another week and another episode on Double Dose of Raw Talk Podcast. I am your host, Miss D, and I have a pretty, I'm going to call it a juicy episode for more reasons than just one. Primarily because our icebreaker is going to be full of juices. So I am here with an amazing guest. Yes, there's an extra S in there. Amazing guest. I have, if you guys remember from episode 11, I had my boss mom, hot mama, Shay come on the show. And today I have her returning. Shay's here with her best friend, her partner in life, her hubby,
my better half.
The better half.
I'm also her side dick.
You're also her side. That part, yes. We're gonna get into that. We have Shai and Gabe here today. Welcome, guys, to my show.
Hi, I'm so happy to be back.
Yes, I'm excited to have you guys. All right, so just real quick before we dive into the icebreaker, just as a quick reminder to my audience, you know, Shai and I go way back, way back. And ironically enough, so does she and her better half. They go way even further back. And so what I bring to you on this week's episode, like I said, is not only juicy, but is also going to be highlighting a special relationship dynamic that I think is important to have some raw talk on. I feel it's important for people to know, get comfortable with it, learn about it. It might ignite a passion and an interest in there. I don't know, maybe, but yeah, that's the whole idea for today's show. And so we're going to go right into the icebreaker. And so this is different. Okay, I always have icebreakers for my episodes, but this one is a little different, okay? And the essence of juices, that sounds terrible. and the essence of juices and juicy conversation, I would like to play a game. So like I said, this is going to be the quick icebreaker. And I'm going to give you guys names of fruits because it's a juicy conversation. And we're going to get a little wet with it. And maybe not with the second one. I don't know. You guys, as a team that you are, right? You guys are partners. You guys are a married couple. You guys are best friends. I need you guys to come up, you little chat about it. I'll give you guys like 3 seconds. And then you got to give me the first word that comes to mind as far as the body goes. So here goes the first 3. Okay, ready?
Go.
Right. Strawberries, banana, and kiwi. Go.
Strawberry pussy, banana dick. You say hit me in the head with it.
Yeah, I don't want to think dick when you say banana.
I think sucking dick. And kiwi.
It's peach fuzz. After shaving your pussy and it grows back, that's like a kiwi, I guess.
You know what this just reminded me of? I'm going away in Jamaica and I gotta go shave. That just reminded me to go shave.
Stay waxes all the time, slip and slide.
I can't, since the corona hit, like I can't go back to the waxing. I can't. I had to think of plan B. I had to
No,
think of plan B.
you need to go back waxing.
This
It's
is
amazing.
terrible. This is terrible. All right, so we did pussy, dicks, hitting head with the dick,
Mm-hmm.
and peach fuzz. All right. Now, here goes the second group. You guys ready?
Yes.
I'm licking my lips because I actually have one of these behind me and I'm about to go cut it up and eat it. All right. Mango, guava, passion fruit. Go.
Mango sucking pussy. Guava.
You know what that is?
I can't think what that one is.
So that's a little, actually, you know what it is? It's that little sticky red thing. That little sticky.
Oh, so I'm thinking like in a pastry, like those little guava pastries.
Yes.
Okay, so it's sticky. I'll let you answer that one.
So I said fingering. I don't know.
Oh, I like that. I like, oh my God. And then the pastry too. Oh my God. Yes.
Okay, I didn't think of that, but yes, fingering, that's a good one.
Okay.
And sticky. And then what was the passion fruit?
Passion fruit.
Just passion
Okay.
in general.
Okay, so that's for like the whole body.
Whole body.
Okay, all right. Here goes the third group. Okay. We're going to make this one good. Ready, guys? Quenepa, coconut, and pineapples.
When I think of Nep, I think of a girl giving a blowjob. You know, I just envision girls always sucking on a canepa, and just when you grow up, you gotta give them good blowjobs. You know, and
You learn how to work your mouth, your tongue, sucking, not choking on the little thing and just taking the slippery, the consistency is hard to describe of a canepa. It's kind of like a little gooey, but it's not gooey. Now I'm kind of thinking cum.
I think you're right. I think with the whole cum, yeah.
I know nothing about that one there. You ain't come, I know nothing. Takes me out that one there. It's not me.
And what about coconuts?
Coconut oil. Coconut oil. You put it on your body, make that shine, get nice flex going, looking good, sliding off each other's.
So I'm a rose oil kind of girl, but I'm going to have to switch it up to some coconut oil. Okay. Coconut oil. All right. I like this. All right. And what about pineapples?
Pineapples have a new meaning in my life. It's no longer a sweet fruit. It means the lifestyle.
And for
so
you,
it means everything.
It means in pineapples, ladies say your cum tastes better.
Well, let me say
pineapples. I tried it. I said, "Bet, let's see this." But my problem is I don't eat many fruits. So I'll eat like one pineapple and I think it worked in 5 minutes. I'm like, bet, let me bust in your mouth to see if this works. But I don't think it works that fast.
It doesn't work that fast.
Nah.
So I actually prepare with weeks in advance.
Well, she false boy. Don't tell Shay that. She false boy all the time. But bet, look, it works. I found it in Google.
I do. So like if I know I'm going to go have a session, right? In the essence of pineapples, I will eat pineapples days prior to it because especially if I know, damn, I'm going to see him and he's going to eat the pussy. I know he loves to eat the pussy. So I'm going to eat pineapples days in advance leading up to it because I have heard that. And guess what? Pineapples happen to be my favorite fruit.
You deliver the pussy like edible arrangement.
Yes, I do. I try. And I haven't had any complaints at all whatsoever till this day. So kudos to me. All right. There goes pineapples. But in the essence of pineapples, that is why I wanted to open up the show with this icebreaker because it's the juiciest fruit, in my opinion, based on what I've tasted and had in my mouth. We're going to dive into As Raw as It Gets. And that is a segment where I talk about news, controversies, culture, shit, social media, sex, love, relationships, and relationships. And we're going to dive into I do to pineapples. And the reason why we're going to talk so much about pineapples, psych, we're not, we're going to talk about the pineapple life. That's what we're going to talk about today. It is something that I happened to stumble over one day, right? Maybe like 2.5 years ago. Okay. And then I just happened to see that, you know, you guys had shared a little bit of things here and there, and I started seeing the little pineapples coming up. And so it turns out that you guys were familiar with it too. And Shay, why don't you, share a little bit with my audience? I don't know if you remember exactly how our conversation went, but, we did end up in a conversation about the whole pineapple life.
Yes. So the pineapple life is secret code. It's a secret code for a secret society. And it's pretty much, it's the lifestyle, which the lifestyle can mean many different things. It's not only one way. It's either, it could be swinging, which would be couples playing with other couples. It could be an exhibitionist. It could be many different things, threesomes only. There's many different ways. So instead of it being called only one thing, we say the lifestyle. And then a pineapple is like the secret code of it. So other people who know of the pineapples see pineapples, and it kind of starts a conversation between people. It actually originates from military, like back in the day, military. They would have it on either the front of their homes or on their mailboxes. And it was kind of letting others know that, hey, we're extra friendly in this house. And that's pretty much what it goes by. It's the real symbol of it is an upside down pineapple. And one of the things that you do is when you're in a supermarket, when you grab a pineapple and you have it upside down, and it's a code. It's just like a secret code, because people are always interested, like, how do you get in this? How do you know who's in it? Those things. So that kind of is like one of those little things. And I have pineapple everything.
Open and free.
And it's actually open and free. You're absolutely right. Tell me a little bit about, I think it's important for the listeners to know a little bit about how far this goes. Not so much only with you guys, but mostly like the overall relationship. So like how far you guys have gone and been together, your relationship, what does it look like? And when did you guys say I do to pineapple?
So Shay and I have been together since we were 11 and 13 years old. So before we even hit puberty. We were dating, and I think you were sixth grade? No, fourth? And I was in sixth. And we've been dating. Oh yeah, we're still dating even though we're married. So 24 years dating.
But you were dating. Okay. And so I know you guys since I met Shantae when I was 16. So that was, all right, I'm going to do the math. I'm going to be 35 in November. But I met Shantae when I was 16. You guys were definitely together during that time as well. And, next thing you know, I see you guys having your first child. You guys then have, you guys got married before you had Phoenix, or?
Yes. We got married in Vegas.
Yes. First of all, dope ass fucking wedding. I love the pictures. It was like the best ever. And then you guys had your second child. Okay. And so from that point on, because you guys, it was even before puberty, you guys have basically grown together. You grew up together. You're still growing up together. Now you're growing old together, although y'all look gray. Y'all not necessarily old. And at some point, life takes y'all to joining a lifestyle and becoming part of this lifestyle. And when exactly was it that started happening with you guys?
We started going out together, clubbing. And from there, conversations open. And we've been in the lifestyle 5 years. But I would say a year before actually being in the lifestyle, it was a conversation and more open-mindedness.
We were able to go out because our kids got older. When the kids are young, you don't go out. And in our 20s, we were parents, young parents. You know, we didn't get to experience a club life. And then as the kids got older, we started going out together. We were getting hit on by ladies, which was not something we ever thought of. You know, threesome. I never thought of that. I thought she kicked my ass if I mentioned a threesome. So it wasn't something I was going to say. You know, and then as like 3 or 4 times in a row, we would go out and the girl would want to take us with her. Let's want to come with us. So that brought up the conversation. You know, will we do that? You know, eventually got to a point where we actually did do a threesome.
Okay.
So we experienced that. And for me, it was a big thing in the sense that she trusts me enough to do so, you know, because it's all about trust. You know, people do things because they get excited, they're sexual, they go with momentum, and then you do something that you're going to regret, you know. And so we experienced that, and it was a great experience. And then that opened up our mindset to many other things, you know, so eventually it led to swinging.
Got it. Okay.
Watching a reality show on Playboy that's called Swing. It's actually called Swing. And I was like weird about watching porn with him, but we knew we wanted to spice it up by doing something. So we started watching that, and that's what literally brought the conversation up. Can we do that?
Right.
And the show, the way it is, there's like 4 or 5 couples who are veterans at swinging. And then there's a new couple. The new couple comes in and they sit down with a therapist and they discuss like any rules that they have, what do they want to gain out of it, the experience, and basically don't hold it against each other. So that started the conversation like, oh, would you be interested to go to something like that? Right. Or can we? But I thought it was a trick question. Okay. In a sense, do we want to do that? I was like, no, I don't need another man. I'm fine. I'm good. And he was like, no, it's okay. It sounds kind of sexy, like, you know, us exploring. And then we started exploring.
Okay. So see, I like this. I like this so far because I am a firm believer, and I definitely shared this with Shantae. I have not had the pleasure. This is actually my first time, guys. I've known of Gabe since I am 16. And this is the first time I get to actually speak to Gabe. Okay. So obviously I don't have these conversations with Gabe, but I have it a lot more with Shantae. And that is actually why I had the interest in the lifestyle. I'm the type of person, I like the open-mindedness and I like having the option. Right. And so did I practically live in swinger clubs? No, I did not practically live in swinger clubs, but I did become a member and I enjoyed having the option to go, you know, so I like the open-mindedness. I like, you don't knock it till you try it attitude.
I mean, it's an experience that people get the wrong mindset about those clubs. They think you're going in there and you're just fucking, and it's not it. I actually enjoy those clubs because you get respected a lot more in those clubs than you do in vanilla club. If I go to vanilla club, I love to dance. And there's times that Shay doesn't want to dance, so she would be, babe, you can go ahead and dance. I'd politely ask a girl to dance with her. After the dance, I'd let her know that I'm married and I'm here with my wife. So many times the girls would look at me like I'm a dirtbag because of it. And that would hurt me. I'm like, I'm not a dirtbag. My wife's there. I told you she's there. Or Shay would go to the bathroom and some guys start grabbing up on her ass. Shay ready to fight somebody.
Right.
You know? And that's almost every time you go to vanilla club, you have to worry about that. Whereas in the lifestyle club, that's not a problem at all. You know, it's everybody's respectful. You know, it's a sexy environment. And even if you just go in there to voyage and to look, you're going home and having a great time afterward.
Right.
It's just a great environment.
Right. So actually, the first time I did go to a swingers club, I did go for the purpose of just watching, sitting back and watching, right? And I had a sexual experience before that with the band I was with and another woman. But it happened years ago. And I cannot tell you that I was like so experienced like I am today. Whereas when I went to just watch, I was approached towards the end of the night by this one woman that I kept staring at because she was just so friendly. She was going around talking to everyone, engaging with everyone. Like you could tell, that's Gabe. You can tell like she knew everyone. She legit had friendships with everyone. And so I just kept staring at her, and it was something about her hair. And I was like, my God, that woman is beautiful. And so she comes up to me and we started talking. I was there with a friend, a male friend, and she was with a male, but again, she was moving around a lot. And they kind of just came and started talking to the both of us, like them two and us two. We were just engaging, we were just talking. And then she was just like, is it your first time here? And I was like, well, yeah. I said, I've never been here to any swinger club. She's like, all right, well then, come get comfortable with me. And I will tell you this, okay? It was my first experience just like being catered to, okay, by another woman. And no shade to any of my men who have eaten my pussy, but she did one amazing. She must have really had lots of mangoes in her life.
And canepas.
And canepas. I mean, she did an amazing, like, it was crazy. And I'm like, she got to know what it is because she's a woman. I'm a woman. Like, she just got to know what it is. It was beyond an experience for me. And then, of course, everything else started happening in a whole little group there.
Did you get her number?
I did not get her number. I got the guy's number. I regretted that for the rest of my life, and I will continue to regret it for the rest of my life.
Well, you might have to go back to the club and see if you bump into her again.
I went to another club maybe like a year and a half later with someone I was dating. I went to another club, and that one was pretty dope and pretty fun. And then again, it was like, oh, we should go back. We didn't get to, but I feel like once you get into that vibe, it's just so comfortable. It's so easy to just be there. You're just vibing, and everybody's just so friendly. Everybody's just looking at you like, hey.
Either they're trying to bag you or they're just trying to be friends with you, but everybody's friendly.
Everybody's friendly. Yes, everybody's friendly. I did totally get that vibe. And I have to agree with you. I've gone to a regular fucking club and I get more grossed out in a regular fucking club with dudes all over as opposed to a swingers club. It's a whole different vibe.
I don't like the way I feel in a vanilla club. If I just try to speak to someone and make them laugh, because I like to make people laugh, I feel like, damn, she's going to think I'm kicking it to her. Well, honestly, I'm not. Just because I'm a swinger, I ain't trying to fuck you. That's not how it goes.
So Gabe has a flirtatious personality by nature. It's just his personality. I had to learn that in time and understand that he's not being malicious when he does it, and it's not being disrespectful to me. That's just who he is. So just that, us being in the lifestyle and him being able to be himself in that aspect where he's friendly and he likes to talk to other women and that's fine. And we have more than that, but we do get a kick out of those things right there. We're going to the club, and majority of the time we do not play in the club. No, I don't play in the club. How about that? If it's something that we hit off with somebody, we will take it to another place, somewhere else. But we get a high from just going to the club and being sexy, and I get to dress sexy. I don't get to, society does not allow that for me to walk in a club without being groped and feeling like, feeling disrespected. There, I have really big boobs. So I'm able to wear something where I don't have to wear a bra and just feel free. And I didn't go into it like that originally, but I have grown in the past 5 years with how I dress. I'm dressing sexier. And him wanting me, he tells me, he's like, yo, babe, that really looks hot. And I'm like, I'm literally, I have a G-string and there's something small covering my nipple. He's like, yeah, that's hot. That's hot.
Lifestyle brings to the relationship. Like she said, when she went to a regular club, she would dress pretty, but again, she didn't want to draw too much attention, whereas here she can, and I appreciate it. But if I tell her she's beautiful, I've been telling her she's beautiful since she was 11 years old. It's a different thing when all of a sudden girls are telling her, oh my God, you're gorgeous. Or even a guy gives her a nice compliment, like your eyes are gorgeous, you're beautiful. I know it feels different because it feels different for me. She would always tell me I'm handsome, but it wasn't also until I got to the club and ladies started flirting with me, then I was like, fuck, I guess I do got it. I guess I am cute.
Right.
And it's great for our relationship because it makes me feel, you know what, I am a catch, and she is lucky, and I am lucky to have her as well.
So that actually brings me to another question that I have. How has it How has this, what has been the best part of your marriage since being in the lifestyle? And at the same token, what are your limits?
Our limits are set because in a way that we always do everything together, and we know what we can do and can't do. Everything that we do is together, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So at the beginning, it was difficult because we were just learning, and quite honestly, you need to speak about everything. And we spoke about what we can do and can't do, but we didn't go in depth. You know, it was like we got to play it by ear. Let's see how it goes. You know, we don't know what we're going to expect. But we pretty much know each other. You know, we've been together. We know each other so much that I know what I can and can't do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know I wouldn't want to do anything that's she's not gonna like.
Right.
Whenever we are in a situation, I think we have mastered having a look.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a look that I give him where I'm like, I'm not comfortable, or no, we're not good here. Like, you know, if he's talking to somebody too long and I'm like, all right, you know, let's cut it. I don't want to approach him and embarrass him like being that wife, but you know, it's a look I think that we both give each other. We don't really have too much rules.
Okay.
I wouldn't say we have rules. I think, like he said, because we know what not to do. So I don't think there's a rule like you can't do this.
Right.
Sometimes one rule that I don't understand that other people have, and it's no judgment, but it's mind-boggling to me because I don't know how you can even have sex without that part, is the kissing part. Some people have where, no, you can't kiss my man, but you can suck his dick. That don't make sense to me.
Right.
It takes away a little bit of the connection that you do want to have because you're not just fucking. Some people do. That's the whole thing about lifestyle. There's different ways that people move. But for me and him, we like to meet couples that vibe with us. The chemistry is right. You know, it's kind of a little bit like dating, but it's not dating because they're not our boyfriend and girlfriend. But we do vet them, is the best way we can say it. We do vet people. So going into it, we kind of already know that these people are not going to push us to do something that we don't want to, because I don't want to feel like I have to fight somebody when I'm naked.
Right. Makes sense. About the vetting, that was actually part of my question too.
Okay.
How do you decide that? Like who vets the woman, who vets the man, and do you vet couples? Like how do you guys decide that?
You know, couples who are invested in each other. If he doesn't love his woman the way I love my woman, I'm not touching her because my woman is my diamond, and yours might look like a diamond, but if you treat her like a Cuban zirconium, that ain't working with me.
Ooh.
You know, one of the pleasures I've gotten when we first started the lifestyle, we were running on the high of people liking us and they're sexy and we're sexy and they seem cool and we're cool and we were doing things. But then as we got that out our system, we started realizing that I appreciate a man that loves his woman like I do. You know, and we had an experience in the beginning where it was a couple who never really played and they would watch. And they were watching us play a couple of times. And one day he came up to me in the hallway and he said, Gabe, I really want you to play with my wife. He's waiting to play with you. And that honored me so much. I was like, yo, really? That's so dope. That, you know, from that point forward, nobody's touching my woman that I don't value and I don't appreciate. And I don't think he's a good dude.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that's the sexy part of it, is that when you create a connection when you're cool with the person, you don't have to worry about them being disrespectful, doing anything crazy or doing anything wrong.
Right.
So we do go out a lot. So we met a lot of people from going to the club. And then from there, we've made dates or whatever. So we've been around some couples that we hung out with them for a couple of months, you know, and then it just so happened one night seemed to be a better night. You know, I'm all about vibes.
Right.
Usually the girls are the ones that probably start things off.
Okay.
In a sense of, I think we give, I don't want to say the final okay because we both have to agree, but I think it's easier for girls to approach girls. I don't like when a guy approaches me without speaking to him first.
I'd rather someone speaks to her, especially a lady, and then the lady come up to me. You know, somebody DM me. Nah, it's not the way you go about it. I'm not speaking to anybody that's DMing me like that. Speak to my wife.
Right. Speak to your wife. Right. No, I get it 100%. I think I think that's definitely one thing that I would take from you guys and definitely keep that with me as probably a concept that if I was to really enter the lifestyle completely, that I would want to keep that as part of my vetting process too, and be very respectful on that note as well. Has this changed either one of you on a individual note, like you as Shantae and you as Gabe?
It gave me a lot of confidence.
Okay.
I was always a friendly person. I thought people liked me because I'm friendly and I'm funny. But then the last I made fun, shit, I'm cute. That's good. And then all of a sudden I started dressing better. My gear's all up, making sure I'm crisp and looking good. So yeah, it helped me build a lot of confidence.
Okay. And for you, Shay?
Totally turned lesbian.
Bisexual. I'm still here.
You're just a side piece. That's what you are.
No, but that was probably the biggest change because I didn't explore that side up till we got into the lifestyle and having the threesome and stuff like that. Even having the threesome, I was like, it sounds hot, but am I gonna actually like it when I get there?
Right.
Like, I don't know how to eat pussy. Am I gonna what's gonna happen when I get there?
Right.
I definitely have been able to explore that side. And I realized I'm bisexual, not lesbian.
Okay, not lesbian.
Not to leave this podcast.
Well, sometimes I could be like lesbian, where that, like, I crave a woman's touch and want like that, but never want to be in a relationship with a woman. So
right.
Yeah, not lesbian.
Right. No, that makes complete sense. So that actually tackles the what have you learned about yourself and what have you learned more so now about each other? Is there anything, because you guys said you know each other, right? So you know a lot about each other as it is, but is there anything new that you guys have learned about one another?
Yes, I would say. I thought, and this was the bad thing as a woman, and I think I've spoken with other women about this in the lifestyle. We automatically think that when you give your man pussy, a new pussy, that they're going to be like, yes, go, yay. And I learned that my man is not like that, in a sense where he's not pussy hungry or he's not thirsty. He has many opportunities for things, but if he doesn't click and vibe, then it doesn't click and vibe. He's not out here just to fuck other people. He does respect that, and I did learn that. I think I automatically thought that he's a man, he has a dick. I couldn't give him any pussy in the world, and he's gonna go for it automatically. And I saw a different side of him once in the lifestyle. And being in here for 5 years, it hasn't changed.
Got it.
That's who he is. So I learned that part.
I learned that nothing's gonna make her leave me. And I also learned you got a great sex game. I didn't know that. Been with her so long. I mean, I knew it was great, but I didn't have nothing to judge it with. Okay. And then now, like, yo, she the bomb.
I got that wop.
So Gabe, okay, so if I'm understanding Gabe correctly, Gabe is like, I was sitting down, I was on the sideline, I was actually cheering her on, and I saw her game.
Yeah. Like, Coach Shaq being put me in, Coach. By no means. That's yeah, I really didn't have much to judge it with because, when we were younger, we've been together so long, there's okay, that head game's good, this is that, but what am I judging it with? What am I comparing it to? And then I learned, and then it also taught me that, again, nothing's going to make her leave me, and she knows what she has. Same thing with her. She would tell me, babe, you packing. I'm like, bitch, you don't know nothing. What do you know? And then all of a sudden I get laughed at. I'm like, yeah, I ain't packing. Don't burst my bubble. Let me talk. Yeah.
No, that's dope though. Honestly, that's dope because you said something that at the end of the day, it's a fact about you two, right? You guys have been together for so long, right? Forever. And so when you think about that too, right? It's like you have people who sometimes are like, oh my God, I'm married a year or two. Oh my God, I've been married 5 years and I've known this person for 6 or 7. It's like, yo, there's like people out there who've been together for 20 something years. You know what I mean? And you're still in your prime. In fact, even more so now. And so like, for me, it's like, I sometimes think to myself, right? When I find my partner, I'm going to have to be with that dick like forever. Right.
Forever.
Right. You see, like you saw, you think like forever. And it's like, yeah, I could love you. Right. I could love you. You're going to be my partner. You're all of that. Right. To Shay's point, I wouldn't be in a relationship, with another woman. I wouldn't be in a relationship, probably with no other man. It will be with this man. Right. Because I know what my preference is. But what if I do want to venture out? What if I want us to venture out? Because forever is a long time. I'm getting chest pains.
Now, the one thing that I value my relationship, and I love my relationship. When I tell people how long we've been together, that's one of the biggest things that I'm happy about. The worst thing I want people to think is that we got in the lifestyle because we needed to fuck other people, and that is by far the worst thing that I want anybody to pick up on that. Because quite honestly, I can be with her and not touch another woman for the rest of my life. Right. It's about having, great sex, mentally stimulating each other's, visually stimulating each other's. Again, the lifestyle helped us learn a lot more. We were doing that prior. We had a great, sex life prior to the lifestyle. Right. What I learned through the lifestyle is, just think more, open your mind. I always say, and you see it on my post, my wife is, my wife, my girlfriend, and my side chick. Right. Sunday to Friday through Thursday, she's my wife. Friday, she's my girlfriend, and Saturday, she's my side chick. Right. Side chick Saturday.
Side chick Saturdays. I know. I saw that. I love it.
Yeah, I always say I don't share my wife. I share my side chick.
But you see, that's what I'm saying, right? It's like, it's something you guys are able to share together. It's something that you guys are able to talk about. You guys enjoy this. And like, because I know what type of a woman I am, I know what type of a partner I'm going to need, right? And so I kind of tested the waters out with a quote unquote partner that I had, right? With going to a swinger club, and it was fun and it was great and all that. All that was wonderful, right? Amazing, dope as fuck. But then it's like, it opened up my mind to other things. And, having been in that experience, I kind of realized, okay, I like this, I like this, I like this, and I like this. So I already know what I like. I'm no longer dealing with that person, which is perfectly fine. But I was able to realize what I liked and what I wanted and what I want to keep in my life, for my likes, for my enjoyments, for my desires and my passions. Like, I figured it out. It's just a part of like, how the fuck do you find, because in my opinion, I'm sure you get a lot of questions like, oh my God, I've been together for so long. But lucky you that you have been together for so long and you've been able to go into this knowingly together and wanting this, right? For me as a 30-something-year-old woman, to have to find that now is like, fuck, like to have to get out there and date again and have those conversations and get that person that's going to see it a little bit eye to eye to you.
So it seems to be a struggle for some women. And I did touch base on this about in the 30s, how you blossom and sexually and you have these things. And if you don't have a partner at this point and you already kind of went through life, you already had a heartbreak, you already went through a relationship, you start really knowing what it is that you want. And you don't want anybody to mess that up. You kind of have your mindset. You're like, I'm a sexual woman and I already had a little taste of it and I like the way it is. Mm-hmm. And I want a partner who's going to like that. You're not the only woman that have those same concerns. Mm-hmm. And I had a conversation with someone recently in regards to that, she has a partner and he allows her to be free, but he won't with her. And I asked her, I said, is that a breaker for you? Like if he doesn't eventually go into this? And she said, yeah, it might be, because I know what I want sexually and I know what I know that I can have a relationship and be monogamous, but I don't want to. I'm already in this. She knows many couples. So she has many examples of what it is, specifically what she wants. And I find it so frustrating because it's like, man, as a woman, like you can't fucking find somebody who's gonna be freaky with you. Some men, they claim they're freaks, but I don't know if they're really freaks.
So it's funny. No, go ahead, Gabe. You want to say something?
I am the freak. She's the freak.
I am.
So here's the thing. I like that you just said that, you know, some men say that they're freaks, but are they really? I've encountered those scenarios where a man would claim that they are a certain type of way and they're really not.
No.
And so for me, it's kind of like, oh, like it's frustrating, right? Because I am very vocal on what I like. And as you guys probably see already, I'm vocal about the shit on the show. I'm vocal about the shit on my pages. I'm vocal about it just in regular conversation. I'm very vocal about the things that I like when it comes to just the sexual aspect of things alone. And so to have to encounter a man who claims to be about that, you know, style, to be about that life and to be about that enjoyment, and then it's kind of like, you know, they get caught off guard, I guess you could say, or they get a little intimidated maybe. It's a little bit like, fuck, I don't got time for this shit. Like, just be an upfront man. Be blunt. You know what I mean?
A male's ego is one of the most sensitive things. Like, we go around saying women are sensitive, and it's not that. Yes, we are sensitive, but we own it.
Right.
We own that shit. I'm a sensitive, crazy person. Like, that's who I am. Men don't own it. And a man's ego, you mess with that. So, you know, they're all game if you say you want to add another woman. Oh, yeah, they're fine. But they don't feel the same way when you say, hey, I want to add another man into it. They just don't. It takes special men.
See, but here's from my view. I totally understand that though, because although I do share my wife, I don't think anybody fucking my wife is sexy. You know, go in there when the guys think is you go in there and you're just gonna see somebody fucking your girl. And first off, you shouldn't get to that point until you're ready for that. You know, there's steps to take that you should take. That's the proper way of doing so. You know, I know couples that have been in the lifestyle, and initially I had that issue where it sounds sexy. The guys want to do it, but every time it got to that point, they hesitate. And then I realized and picked off what it is most of the time you got, at least with me, because I was similar in the sense that I was okay with the idea, but I wasn't sure I was okay with the idea. You feel me? You know, prior to the lifestyle, you told me my wife was hot, I'm ready to fight you. You know, I didn't grow up thinking it was hot, you know. So, you know, being an open and appreciative that she shared me with another girl, I could probably do the same thing, but also telling myself I want to go along with it. But if I don't like it afterwards, if I didn't feel comfortable, I'm gonna state it. I'm not gonna hold against it if I'm the one that said we could do it. But yeah, a lot of guys are a little hesitant because the thought of just anybody fucking your woman ain't hot, you know. When you make friends with the dude, when he's cool with the dude, when you like the dude, but it's like a homie, you know, it's like a cool dude. And it's different because you're not worried about an ego anymore. You know, it ain't a competition. I'm not trying to beat you in a fuck race. I'm not trying to put it on your wife better than you. You know, I'm trying to help you guys you're helping us, we're helping you. You know, in the sense that I want to stimulate you as a couple, and I'm hoping to get stimulated as well. And I'm trying to benefit our relationship later when we get home and fuck the shit out of each other's.
So I think that's the secret about the lifestyle. It's the after. It's not the actual doing. You're in the moment and you enjoy that, but it's the after, the reconnecting with your partner that puts the sprinkles on the cake and the cherry. Like, it honestly is the best part of it. And if you don't have that reconnection afterwards, yeah. I say pause. I say take a break, reconnect, gather your thoughts up again, and revisit and see from there. But the reconnecting has always been my favorite part of it. Just the ride home. Oh my God, the rides home after having any type of lifestyle fun, like I turn into his slut in the car. Like I'm practically like naked in the car and I don't even care who's looking because I'm on a high right now. And he's going along with it. Like, I've done a lot of stuff. And it was just because I guess seeing each other, that environment, like everything about it. But I can't say that the actual act tops when I reconnect with him. It's that like when you hit the door, your panties are already off, you're on the steps, your clothes are all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is.
Okay. This makes perfect sense to me. It really does. It does. So I like that you're saying about the reconnecting, because one of my questions is what advice would you give? Because I do think that's important. This lifestyle should not be a disruption to your marriage or your relationship. It's supposed to add to it. It's supposed to be a part of it. So that was actually going to be geared towards, what advice you would give. And I'm going to take that as one of those advice, that it is important to have that, still maintain that connection, and then, find your way back, even if it literally means while you're on your way home. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing is taking small steps. Taking small steps and gradually grow into it. Don't go to the club, I say, especially if you're both hesitant or one side is hesitant. Don't go in there with the intent that we're going to go to the club, find somebody to fuck. Let's go to the club and feel sexy. All of a sudden you're dressing sexy, so you feel sexy. People compliment you, you're feeling good. He gets complimented. Then you're going home, you're having great sex. And gradually you grow from there. And usually at the club, it's usually the women molesting each other. For real. Like, it's the women that are trouble at the club. So a lot of times, for couples like that, you go in there, the girl starts, getting more sexual with, another girl and gradually take steps. Do not go into thinking, okay, we want to be swingers, especially if there's a problem, where somebody's hesitant. And then you feel like you're being pushed. And that's the worst thing for a relationship, is feel like you're being pushed into something. Go in there with the mindset of, we're just going to go and be voyeurs at first, and watch and just feel sexy.
Right. So I think with the person that I have been dealing with, I think that I had multiple conversations about this, and it was kind of like, I never pushed the idea of doing something without first talking about it and asking his thoughts on it. Right. And so it was all game. And then when we kind of like got there, the hype was there, the excitement was there, but then there was a disconnect for sure. There was a disconnect. And so for me, it was kind of like, I'm not sure you were ready for that. And I never really talked about it with that person, to be honest. There's a good chance that person might be listening to this episode right now. I never really talked about it with that person because, when we went back to our own privacy, it was great. It was perfectly fine. I just think it kind of gave them this whole like shock maybe, or this whole like, whoa, and I thought, with all the conversation I had with them and asking them, are you okay with this? Is this good? Like, with like one of the things we definitely established off the bat, he said it to me was, I don't think I'm ready to see you with another man. Like off the bat. He just said that. Like, so the conversations were there, but it's definitely from that instance and that experience that I realized the level of conversations that need to happen between two people before you enter that type of a lifestyle. It
literally was probably like a year of talking. And one thing I would say in advice, because I tell other people this too, if you're turned on by it when you're actually fucking, and if people, we like talking, well, he likes talking, I like listening. During sex, we found that's when we found it hot, and then we found it hotter, and then we found it hotter. And that's where we were like, all right, I think we can do this. I think we planted the seed so much because I don't know about you, but I turn into a different person when I'm having sex. I have a switch that happens. It's not the same person. Sometimes I come out of it, literally come down from the afterfuck high, and I'm like, damn, bitch. So I wanted to see it, and would I be turned on with hearing certain things, or me saying certain things that I want, what I want to do. And those things made me comfortable and turned on by it. So it made it a lot easier once I was actually in it and saw it.
So to answer your question about do I become a different person? Yes, I do. Definitely when I'm dressed up, primarily with the full body fishnets. I don't know why. I feel like I'm in a completely different place. I
It
just do.
puts you. It puts you there.
And
The red light does it for me.
yes. And if I have to be very, very raw talk transparent right now, Gabe is gonna.
You have
Jesus,
to.
this is like my first time meeting Gabe. And Gabe is like, Gabe is eyeing me from the corner. Gabe is like, what you said, Daisy? All right. I become a completely different person. Completely. Well, I am out of my body when I'm getting fucked anal. Why? I don't know. But it's a completely. I don't feel anything, but just the enjoyment. It's crazy how my body reacts, and I'm out of it. It's just I'm out of my own body.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. I feel like I've had situations that I've saw myself, like it was outer body, and I looked back at myself and was like, "Sam, I look good doing that."
Yes.
That's called demon dick. Was that the demon semen? That's what you said.
Demon dick. You know.
The demon semen.
Wait, what was that? I didn't hear you. Say it again.
The demon semen.
Demon semen. Oh no. That's a new one. I may have to find somebody to name that. Demon semen. That's interesting. No, yeah. So I realized that happened to me the last time, well, before the quarantine. The last time I had anal sex was definitely the outer body experience. I had to catch myself because my body knew what just happened, but I didn't know what just happened. And I was a completely different woman during that entire session. It was crazy, completely crazy.
I like that. I like when that happens to me. I like that I'm like completely let go. And this is the sexual side of me that I want to own. Mm-hmm. So I like when that bitch comes out. I really do. And I'm calling her that bitch because it is that bitch.
No, I agree. I completely agree. And that's the thing. See, because I know already what that feels like, because I've gotten to know my body, just me alone, I've gotten to know my body to that extent. That's how I've already established to myself what type of a partner I'm going to need and what I'm looking for, what I want. That's how I've been able to determine that.
And don't ever settle. Don't settle.
I'm not trying to settle.
Don't settle.
I'm not trying to. I've settled in the past. I don't want to this time.
Yeah, we're not settling.
That little piece of note you just told us, you probably get a lot more dates. So you get a lot of pics. Like, weed them out, girl. Come on.
Did you see his face when you said that though?
No.
He tried to hide.
I was trying to listen.
He was trying to listen. I saw him trying to listen. Listen, I don't know what it is. I sometimes think, maybe I'm just too blunt. Sometimes I do think that.
No.
But then I check myself and I'm like, you know what? Everybody could fly kites. Miss me with their fucking bullshit. Like, this is who you're going to get. This is who the fuck I am. I know how to be. I'm a very educated woman. I know how to keep it professional. I know how to be polite. I know all of that. But you are going to get a whole ass hoe and slut in your bed every fucking night if that's what you want.
That's what every guy wants, but then gets scared.
But then that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what the fuck I'm saying. It becomes too much for some of them.
But guys got to realize you could be a freak and be a good wife too. No, you can be a freak. Again, I'm in the lifestyle, right? When I'm outside of the club or I'm away from my wife, you would never know that. I ain't taking game to nobody. But when we're in that setting and I'm allowed to and she's there, it's almost like it's a different person. Mm-hmm. I'm not just fucking anybody.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I love that too. I think I have to very much so love that concept too, that you're just because being in the lifestyle does not mean you're just fucking anybody. There's a whole process to this. And
there really is.
And I appreciate that.
We don't play often. I like the whole, vetting and courting and, almost teasing each other, making sure that, again, like I said, I'm not just trying to fuck anybody, and we're not like that. We get a high on just people liking us, we get a high on, putting on other people, and that's it. If that's all we did, we're happy with that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, it makes sense. Before I go into the next segment, because you've given me some good advice here. I did just come up, it just came to my mind. Can you say that since being in the lifestyle, how the friendships have changed for you guys?
It changed because lifestyle people are our friends. We're not just fucking, so we can, if it leads to that, but it's just so fun to be with people that you can be, flirt, joke with, talk sexual, be like, I made my white skirt last night, and I feel bad.
Specifically, we went to a pool party this past weekend at a friend's house. Now, there was no play involved, but everyone was lifestyle. So everyone was very extra flirty with each other. We haven't seen each other in months, and so we did not know how to act. We're acting like teenagers around everybody. But there was a lot of like the girls being flirty, kissing, and everybody just was. And we enjoyed that environment. Mm-hmm. Can I say I probably definitely don't go around my vanilla friends? Yeah. I feel bad about that sometimes, but to be around people and be your true self, it's the best. Mm-hmm. And they're just all very interesting to be around and have conversations with and stuff like that. Like you can have these conversations that we're having right now. You can have that with your lifestyle friends. Can I have this with anybody in my vanilla world? Absolutely not.
No. Right. No, it makes sense. I definitely wanted to touch on that because I do feel that I do feel there's some truth and a lot of truth too, unless people understand, they're just not going to get it. They're not going to vibe with it, period. You know what I mean?
Judgmental.
Yeah. I mean, everything back. The parties are way better in the lifestyle, like dressing up. I didn't know I like to dress up. Back to school party, I'm so upset with the corona shit. I was looking forward to dressing up all nerdy with the glasses on, little suspenders, while they're dancing. We're not having those parties anymore, and the lifestyle friends dress up as well, so you get Halloween, for example, everybody's dressing up in the theme, and
it's like a swinger holiday.
If I tell my best friend, let's dress up for Halloween, he gonna look at me and like, really?
Yeah, I get it. Just so you guys know, I'm still trying to hold on to my SWAT lingerie costume for the right partner. That like I'm holding on to it for dear life. Like that's gonna be the initiation to when I find
there you go.
It's gonna be my SWAT costume. It's so beautifully put away. I haven't touched it.
Just as long as you don't think you're gonna frisk them, because us guys, well, at least I know I don't like nothing but my butt. So as long as you don't think you're gonna frisk them, say it from the bat. Don't bring out the gloves and say I'm SWAT and then put latex gloves on while saying it. It's not a good look.
So I have handcuffed men, right? I have, but just for like 2.5 seconds. I will dress up in SWAT, but I need you to handcuff me. I don't know why I do that. I'm crazy like that. It's insane.
Did we talk about this before where you're dominant in life, but are you kind of submissive in the bed?
So, good question. Damn, we might have to ask one of the exes.
What do you think of yourself, though? Do you think?
I think to an extent I am dominant, but I do like to play in the role of the submissive ever so often. I find there's something about letting go of being in control and being just a tiny bit weak to him. And I can't explain what it is. I'm getting open just talking about it right now. Sorry.
I would say I'm dominant in life in a sense where, I'm mom, I have I control so much. I'm very submissive to him in the bedroom.
Okay.
Very submissive to him. Going into the lifestyle, messing with women, I found that I had a dominant side that I didn't know about.
Okay.
So I definitely, lifestyle has had me exploring my sexuality. Because even me, I'm like, I've had where, having group play where there's other people in the room and they saw me get down. And then afterwards I said, oh yeah, I'm a submissive. They're like, you're submissive? Like they were shocked that I said that. I'm like, yeah, I think to a point, yeah, I'm a sub. Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, you were very dominant while in that. Not you. That's the thing. I don't think I can ever dominate you. Like, I'm not interested in that. Like, I'm so used to you. And this goes back, and I figured that out. This goes back to, he's my first kiss, my first everything. And he coached me through it. Like our first kiss, I was scared to tongue kiss. And he used a popsicle. And he said, well, act like you're doing the popsicle, like licking the popsicle. I did. He did on the other side. And then we moved and then he started tongue kissing me. So I feel like, I know, cute story, right?
Listen, I watch Disney movies. It's like Lady and the Tramp when they use the spaghetti, but I just use a popsicle until they lick one end, I lick the other, and as we were licking, I just slid the popsicle out of the way.
It's a true story. I'm not even lying. He actually posted a picture of us from that day where it was our first kiss.
Oh, the 8th grade. Oh, yes, I saw. He posted it. It was the 8th grade graduation. Damn, you even have evidence of the day that you.
We have evidence of the day. So I feel like he's walked me through so much.
Yeah.
You know, like we explored, but it was him kind of coaching me through it in a way. Mm-hmm. And I think that goes back in somewhere in my mind somewhere that I can't be dominant towards him. Yeah. I just don't. Like I'm his submissive. Like real quick, but in regular life, I'm not, because I'll beat his ass.
I can't be a submissive.
You can. Got it. No, this makes perfect sense. And I could totally see how that covers like, even like the dynamic in your relationship versus the dynamic in the lifestyle too. You know what I mean? Because it's like, there's that wife, the house, you know, and all that good shit. But then it's like, right when it comes to everything else. So I like that. That's pretty dope. That's honestly, that's how I see where you find your balance, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess that is where our balance is.
Yeah, that's definitely where your balance is. All right. I want to go into the second segment, okay? Because y'all gave me some good advice. If my partner, who's as freaky as I am, is out there listening, I hope you took notes.
I say, don't scare your future partner. Guys got to get their dick hard. And if they're nervous and they're scared and they're not comfortable, you're going to be flashing dick all day. And that's not a good thing for a guy.
I don't know what might be the thing that scares them. Maybe it's my mouth.
No, it's also being in a room with another guy. I wasn't sure how I was going to act, you know, if I see another guy naked in the same room. Right. You know, I was nervous about that, you know, and a lot of guys are. And I tend to, like, for newbies, when I find out, I'd like to talk to the guys to try to get them comfortable and explain to them that nothing's going to be done and you don't let nothing done that you don't want done. And understand that there is a worry that every guy has about being able to function. And if that did happen to a guy, don't take it to heart. Ego's a motherfucker for us boys, just like Shay said, for us men.
For the men, yeah. Yeah, no, now that you're explaining that, I think that explains a lot for me with what happened. I think.
Yeah, you could be nervous, but still fuck. A guy could be nervous and probably not be able to fuck.
Damn, I kind of feel bad now. I'm not going to text him, though. I won't apologize for
sure.
Shay.
Should have been like cuddling him and say, I got this. You got that dick. Go put it on somebody. Like, that's what Shay does to me. She'd be like, go put it on her. And I get so gassed for her saying that.
I do. I give him a high five. I send him off and I say, make me proud, baby.
I can't. Y'all have me crying.
I think if I don't put on a show, she might just hit me afterwards. Like, I don't know.
Then she gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, that's gonna be funny. All of a sudden she comes down. I'm like, I'm sorry, pineapples.
Oh, is that your safe word? Pineapples?
It was a safe word, but everybody uses it now. I can't. I think if she ever decides to be dominant, I have to come up with a safe word, but at the moment, I don't need one.
True, because she's still submissive to you. Yeah. So, yeah. Right. Okay. All right. So we're going to go into the next segment. My second segment is called Double or Nothing. And this segment, we either go on a rant or we keep it really raw, sometimes on a raw rant. And I'm going to title this one More Bite, you know, since we've been talking about fruits and all that juicy conversation. And we're going to keep it raw on this rant because I don't know if you guys were able to listen to it. I think maybe you have. Last week, I did go on this solo episode rant about the WAP, right? And I titled it WAP Your Business because a lot of people had a lot of shit to say. So I know Shay has a few things to get off her chest with this. And I want to definitely let her have that moment because Shay is deserving of that. And because there is something that just came to my mind after I did that episode. And I definitely want to throw it in there too. But Shay, I want to give you the mic and the floor for that.
So we're going to the WAP, WAP, WAP. I've been defending this song and I've been defending it hard. I had to really break down. men were commenting and I could not understand what is the issue. And I really just couldn't wrap my mind around what is wrong with a woman talking about her wet ass pussy. What was it about that song or that lyric or whatever it was that she was talking about that had men and some women, I want to say some not sexually women, I guess, I don't know, but hating on it. I just couldn't understand it. And every time somebody would comment, I was right behind it. And I'm like, all right, with that same energy that you're talking about, this female rapper talking about her pussy, do you censor when rappers do it? Now, I had one specific because I knew someone who's a hardcore pun fan. And I said, and he went in because he has daughters, and he went in about it. Why they always talk about their pussy, blah, blah, blah. I said, first of all, it's not an artist's job to censor their music. It's our jobs. If we don't want our children listening to it and we feel that it was too much, it's our job to stop that, not the artist. 2, not once was she ever talking about someone else doing it. She would never said in the song, you don't cook and you don't clean and you get a ring or you touching the bed. No, she was talking about herself. And she was really talking about her sexuality, what she likes. She likes to get choked. She likes to get spit. She likes to get all these things. But for whatever reason, that was very intimidating to people. And they were tearing her all apart. And I said, wow. And this is me being in a lifestyle. Women are allowed to be that free and not, not intimidating anyone. But in the regular world, when I see that, it infuriated me because I'm like, what's wrong with a woman saying she wants to be choked? What's wrong with her being proud of her wet ass pussy? Like, what's wrong with that? And it just really pissed me off. And so with the comment that I made, I said, oh, you're a pun fan. Do you have your children listening to the pun album where he literally has a skit fucking? Like, it's hardcore fucking. Now, what are you saying about that? Because he's actually like not showing it, but it was in your head. He gave you a mental picture with that one. It's hardcore. And he didn't answer back, but that was the whole thing. I put it on blast. You skipped the part. It's same concept. Because a lot of the men were trying to say, oh, it's not right for the kids. All right, let's take the kids out of the equation. What's really bothering you? Why is it so intimidating? And I went back to a lot of different rappers that had a lot of different songs where they're talking about fucking many bitches or passing her around and, many different things, talking about getting head, how they want to get. Uchiwali was one of the other ones that came to mind. Literally, we're talking about passing a girl around. R. Kelly, yeah. So it really, really got me upset. And to be such a proud woman of my sexuality, it sucked to see so many closed-minded people. And it reminded me how we can't have these conversations with anybody because there's so many judgmental people. And I don't know why they felt so intimidated about a woman talking about her wet ass pussy. Now I want to hashtag it all over the place. Wet ass pussy for no reason. It could be like a picture with work, and I want to put hashtag wet ass pussy in it. Yeah, make it normalize it. That the same way you men have these needs and wants, and sometimes vocalize it, women do too. And it shouldn't. Whether it's a single woman, whether it's a married woman. Which let me bring it back. Cardi B is a married woman, and she was not talking about doing any of those things with anybody. So I just don't understand. So a married woman can't say what she want to do with her man? Or even a single woman, what's wrong with that? Or, doing anything safely is what the point is, but why not tap into those things? Let your freak flag fly. And don't judge another one when her freak flag is flying.
Wait.
She's feeling attacked because she got that whack.
Wait, who got attacked? Wait, what?
Shay is feeling attacked because she got that whack. That's what it comes down to. She got that whack.
As Shay's friend, I understand her.
Yeah, no, but I think I did feel kind of attacked because everything that she was talking about, minus the cooking and the cleaning, but all of the sexual part, I feel like I'm into all of those things too. So I was like, yes, girl, sing it. Let's go. You're giving me something to get nasty to. And to see so many put it down, it really bothered me.
So I definitely wanted to have that conversation during this rant because I actually didn't see it from your outlook. And it's the outlook of, to the point of, Gabe said, don't scare him off. Maybe, it's the ego, it's the intimidation, is, I'm the single woman, right? Who's looking for a certain type of partner, right? When it comes to the Song of the WAP, I didn't think of it. I'm like, maybe the problem is that she's saying it out loud. She's just putting it out there, and it's intimidating to some people that she is just this okay and sexually, like, with herself, and she loves herself. And she is explaining, even if it is in a few simple lyrics, a quick dynamic of what her relationship is. And if it resonates with you, cool. And if it doesn't, it should just be cool too. You don't need to throw stones at anybody. And it was your outlook that made me think. And I'm like, going back to the dominant and the submissive. Let's see if you know where I'm going with this.
Okay.
When our girl Janae sings about Pussy Fairy, is it okay because she's singing it so softly and so sultry and so sexy, and her voice is very low and it's so R&B-ish? Is it okay that we vibe with her because she doesn't sound, perhaps, she doesn't sound, I'm not saying she's not, she doesn't sound as dominant as a woman rapping about her wet ass pussy? And it made me think of it. It did, to the point of, fuck, the problem is not what she's saying, or the problem is not that she's saying pussy. Last episode, I was making everybody repeat after me to say the word fucking pussy because I thought that was the fucking problem. I I think the problem here is Cardi and Meg, their song was just so strong, so dominant. Mm-hmm. It may have been intimidating. Besides the fact that,
yes, I bet you that a lot of the guys who have a problem are intimidated by ladies like that.
Okay.
And they don't know what to do. You get that WAP, they might drown in that WAP. They don't know how to act. Right. Those are probably the same guys who are very controlling, possessive.
I like that. That makes, that definitely makes sense. It definitely does. Is there anything else you guys want to rant about before I end that? Because I actually was gonna give a whole little speech on this whole Janae thing, but I love Janae, so I'm not.
I know. I love her way too much. And she says pussy so softly. So I guess it's just so much more. It's not as intimidating. Right. She's speaking about it in a certain way. Right. But I love me some Janae. You know that. I really do. Mm-hmm. And one of my favorites of hers is the song Maniac. I feel like that's my song, like, for me. Mm-hmm. She says it in a way that I can relate to. But now once Cardi came out, I was like, I can relate to that too, though.
But that goes to the point, right? You can relate to both. Mm-hmm. So why can't people just be accepting to both? You know what I mean? And I have yet, in this entire week that I've seen all this backlash, I have yet to see someone say, oh no, fuck Janae too, and her fucking pussy songs. I have yet to see that. I have not seen that. I've never seen this level of backlash towards her. But she's singing about a pussy fairy. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just felt like it was appropriate to put that shit out there. Go ahead, Gabe. You want to say something?
Thinking about a pussy monster, not a pussy fairy.
Stop.
Janae's a pussy fairy, all cute. Cardi's like, I got this monster. Come get
it. Cardi got a monster.
So there you go. There's a male's perspective right there, where that's how he felt. Cardi is singing pussy monster, and Janae's pussy fairy.
Pussy fairy. All right, I'll take that. Wait, I didn't hear you. What was that?
I said I like them both. Pussy monster, pussy fairy, pussy.
Well, Gabe did say Monday. Let me see if I got it. Sunday through Thursday, he got his wife. Mm-hmm. Friday is his girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And Saturday is his side chick. Side chick Saturdays. There we go. So in actuality, I think I have another challenge though. I'm not just on a mission to find my partner. I need to find within me the girlfriend, the side chick. So I need to start preparing all three of these bitches all in one.
Yeah.
I married a Gemini. Them bitches is crazy.
Okay, so let me I gotta add to this, Shay. Shay, I've been saying this for the longest. Mm-hmm. Geminis be fucking crazy. Geminis be crazy. I've been saying that for the longest.
Listen, I'm not gonna deny. I won't deny. Still Absolutely. A very proud Gemini.
Absolutely not. All right. So this was fun. I want to thank the both of you for coming on this show, this episode, to give us all the juice on how you guys have this whole lifestyle going. You know, I know one day, I always say this with all my guests, but I know one day I will have you guys sitting here on this table so we could definitely dive even deeper and swim along with all the juices on more insight on not just the pineapple life, but even more so on just you guys' relationship. There's something that I definitely admire, and it's relationships that can go through everything and anything throughout so many years and still make it through.
The viewers, it isn't about fucking other people. It's about mentally fucking each other always. You know, mentally stimulating each other. Because you can go through every position available. I mean, how long have we been having sex? 20-something years? I mean, what position I haven't tried besides any of them that has my ass in the air? You know, I beat for that. Listen, don't touch it, don't go by it.
Mm-hmm.
But mentally stimulate each other always.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that mental fucking plays a big role. It's not just fucking the body, it's fucking the mind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is true. I like that. Any last words, Shay?
No, he said it. I'm gonna leave him with it. He said it right.
She gonna drop it on him tonight. That's what she's gonna do.
Come fuck my minds, baby.
Yeah, this was so much fun. Again, thank you for coming on the show. This was Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast. I am your host, Misty, and you guys will tune in next week. Bye.
Bye.
Hold on, guys. Thank you for joining me on this week's episode on Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. And when you leave the review, tell your friends, and then tell your friends to tell their friends. Nothing makes me happier than to read the reviews that you guys are leaving and the feedback I am receiving from my listeners, and trust that I am reading those reviews and I am reading those suggestions and I am listening. Contact me on my social media pages and the show's email. All my information is in the show description. Nothing would make me happier than to hear from you guys and to know what it is that you would love from my platform to cover on some raw talk. So let's talk about it. Talk to you next week. Bye.